What's up, jabronis? Welcome back to the channel. I am excited and nervous for today's video, guys, because as you can probably tell from the title, we have reached the beginning of tournament season. Today we're going to be competing in stop number 2 of the OKC Kayak Fishing Club's 2025 Derby Trail at Wes Watkins Reservoir. And you guys did hear that correctly. We're going to be competing in stop number 2 today. I ended up missing out on stop number 1 just about a week and a half ago at Lake McMurtry out by Stillwater, because on that particular day, the great state of Oklahoma was experiencing 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. So I made the extremely tough decision to stay off the water for safety purposes on that particular day. But thankfully, the winds are much more manageable today, so we're going to be heading out to Wes Watkins Reservoir and competing in stop number 2 and getting tournament season kicked off for myself and Swamp Thing. Hopefully things go well and we catch a few fish, but either way, the main goal is to go out there and just have some fun. I don't want to waste any more time on this intro, guys. We already have Swamp Thing loaded up on the car. We're going to be hitting the road here very soon, and once we get out on the water, I'll start going over the game plan for today with all of you guys. Let's get to it. Alright, jabronis, so my game plan for this tournament was simple. Just try to catch some fish. We had a big cold front roll in over the weekend, so I was pretty sure the bite was going to be tough. I figured just filling out a limit would go a long ways towards placing in the top 3. I started the day out in a cove on the north end of the lake, not far from where we launched. I chose this cove because I had caught fish there before, and given the weather forecast, I figured it would be protected from the wind. However, from the moment I arrived, the conditions were not what I was looking for. The wind was blowing into the cove and the water was dingier than I wanted. It also seemed colder, though I can't be for sure because I have no way to check water temp besides just dipping my hand in the water. After about an hour, I made the choice to cross the lake to another cove where I had luck in the past. This cove is where I caught the winning fish in the pop-up derby a month beforehand, and it was on the south end of the lake. This is important because a year ago I wouldn't have imagined crossing the lake while in my old Pelican paddle kayak. I was still nervous about doing it in Swamp Thing, but I reasoned with myself that this is why I bought him. So I took a deep breath and made the trek, and it went pretty well. Sure, it kind of wore me out a little bit, and it took 20 or 30 minutes to get over there, but I never felt like a wave was going to knock me off the vessel, which was very comforting. Anywho, I made it into the cove with standing timber and started fishing amongst the stumps and trees, but the bank line was calling to me. So I found a little stretch of bank that looked promising and started picking it apart. After a few minutes, I started seeing bait fish scurrying away from my lure, so I knew I was on the right track. And not long after that, the magic started.
What the hell that was?
There we go. There we go. I've been seeing bait fish all around here, and I knew there had to be bass hanging out. Ugh. There we go, guys. 17 3/4. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Whew. Hopefully we can get 2 more to fill out a limit, and hopefully this guy might even take the big fish of the night. Let's get this one back in the water. Okay, fish number 2, y'all. Oh. Fish number 2, guys. We got to get this one measured. This one is about 17 1/4. Guys, I think we have a real shot here if we can get 1 more fish. We have 2 very decent ones so far. If we can just get 1 more to fill out the limit, I think we have a serious shot at this, guys. Let's get back in here and hopefully catch 1 more. Booyah. Oh, guys, we might have this one in the bag. Oh, that was a topwater blow up too. Oh gosh, this has been great. There we go, 16 3/4. So that's 2 16 3/4 and like a 17 3/4, I think. So we've had a great night. Hopefully this will be the kicker fish on a great string. All right, guys, it's getting dark and we already have our 3 fish limit that I don't really think we're gonna have much of a chance of improving on. So we have a long run back to the boat ramp. We might as well try to get back there, maybe fish around the ramp a little bit before time is called. Now this is the kind of conditions that I like to be on the lake in. This is absolutely gorgeous. Whew.
Doing it good?
Caught a limit. All right, jabronis. We are home, got us a bevy here, and it is time for a post-derb report. So I ended the derby with a 3 fish limit of 51.5 inches. All of my fish were caught on this setup right here. We got a 7-foot medium heavy Falcon HD rod with a Lew's Classic Pro bait cast reel. Total cost on this combo is like $150 or less. I've got this reel spooled up with 30-pound braided line made by Power Pro. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, by the way. I'm just letting you guys know in detail what my setup is. And then, of course, the actual rig was a Texas rig, a good old classic Texas rig, with a 1/8 ounce bullet weight here. And this bullet weight is lead. I will say that. Anything heavier than an 1/8 ounce, I do buy tungsten, but for an 1/8 ounce or less, you can go ahead and buy lead just to save a little bit of cost. And then I've got here a 3/0 EWG hook. And we had this rigged up with a Guggen Baits Kraken Craw in watermelon red flake. And I picked these up because they were on clearance at Walmart. I don't normally buy Guggen Baits on the regular, and that's not because I have anything against them. They actually do catch fish pretty well. They just aren't very durable, so I usually go for more bargain baits like Yum and Zoom. Those are definitely two companies that I really support a lot. And then Big Bite Baits is also another one that I'm a big fan of. But Guggen does catch some good fish, and so I saw these on clearance at the local Walmart, picked them up, and they worked out for me in this tournament with a really nice 3-fish limit. So when I got back to the boat ramp, I was hearing that there were other anglers who got on some pretty decent fish. So I did not know how things were going to shake out in the end, but it turns out I did end up squeaking out the first place victory by a margin of 1 inch. So it was an extremely close tournament, but in the end, Swamp Thing and I got the job done, took home the victory and a little bit of money for our efforts, but most importantly, 100 Angler of the Year points. You know, guys, it has actually been a very big goal of mine to win Angler of the Year since the first time I saw the Angler of the Year trophy for the OKCKFC at the end of my first season with them. Obviously, this single tournament win is not going to get me there by itself, but it does give me a lot of hope and confidence, especially because I feel really good about the decisions that I made in this tournament that culminated in this really good limit. And hopefully I can continue to make good decisions and have decent luck for the rest of the season, and maybe, just maybe, this year is my time. But like I said at the beginning of the video, my goal for every tournament this year is to hit the water, have fun, fish hard, and hopefully things will work it out the way that they're supposed to. With all of that being said, I think it's time to wrap up today's video, guys. If you stuck around until the end of this one, thank you so very much for doing so. I hope you'll take a second to go the extra mile and hit that like button and maybe drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought of today's adventure. I love all of you, I appreciate you, and I will catch you in the next one. And remember, if it ain't Joe, it's gotta go. Angler out.